one huge change I'm already seeing right now is that Kantai girls have gone with double cruisers. And
That's really interesting. So they got an Amagi, a Turpitz, a North Cal.
and on this map, I think that is 100% okay.
If they can keep those battleships on fire, they could do a lot of sustained DPS. Atago Kutsev's a pretty good choice. That Kutsev's got the AA for him, and if the Atago can get in range, he can do some work with that stealth buffer.
There's so much stuff. I mean, I'm just gonna keep throwing the rank. In so many rank games, we have been able to. You can use so many of these islands as cover and pumping out that damage. And Atago is very deadly. Pump out 5-6K salvos with multiple fires. I think this is a great map for multiple cruisers. Looking at these two teams, it all depends on how well the Fubuki can perform. Because I like the Benson over the Fubuki, but I do like the double cruiser. I think that's going to be much stronger. If I were their carrier one, I would be going for destroyers, or I'd be trying to knock out that Atago. That Atago is going to be so deadly if it's able to kind of stick probably bottom side B, bottom side C, and just be able to pump out huge, insane damage. Huge Benson.
That Kutsov is actually probably an even better target, because if they can catch him in the open again, he's even more squishy than Atago is.
The only thing about the
killing
Kutuzov,
that
though,
Kutsev on a big map like this would be huge.
at tier 8, it is, as long as it has its AA, it is almost impenetrable by planes. So already...
Absolutely losing. I mean, this is a spread out map. You know, you lose that, you lose all your AA.
Oh, 100%. Alright, let's go right to these destroyers, contending B. B is always the party.
Like Jones is pushing up again, though. He's following his DDs. It looks like he's going to go up and try and support him. I think he's going to try and hide behind an island here.
I think he's going to hide behind there. One, not only does he get some defensive fire, missed barrage from the first barrage on that one. Alright, now, okay, I just want to make sure that we're all rolling double, or all rolling balance. Now, it looks like they're pushing B relatively hard. Let's go.
Cruiser Atago does have shots on Jones right now. I don't think he's going to hit him, but...
Yeah, MF Jones is going to park right behind the little island, give his DDs cover, not only with firepower, but also AA. And
yeah, that AA shoots through mountains.
If you see, they're pushing B pretty hard. It looks like OP's kind of rolling that B side, push the B relatively hard and kind of go through. It looks like Kantai is kind of baiting them a little bit, and then...
I'm not sure OP's even pushing it. Looks like their Amagis are just kind of trying to sail around and do some damage there. I'm not seeing any sort of consolidation for a push.
And Cruiser Sendai takes a pretty decent hit. I don't know if he was running it last round, but looks like DNG has switched to a fighter build. I didn't notice if he was running it last round, but he is running a fighter build, which is one going to be able to spot more and maybe control the air. Maybe he lost control and wants to switch it up. But it's interesting he went to a fighter, more defensive build. The damage output's not going to be there.
Yeah, actually, the carriers are usually used more for spotting between DDs and torps and stuff than they are striking. That being said, without the Kutsov last game, we did see a decent damage output from their carrier, which is pretty huge. They got a number of useful torp strikes.
Now, Carrier Hugh has some torps in on these battleships. I don't know. Oh, actually, if that fighter stays south, those torps are going to make it into those battleships, and those battleships are all nice and clumped up. He might get some solid hits, and he's going to go start capping D. It's going to be 2 caps to 1. B is still uncontended.
Yep, looks like ACAX AA is too strong. I guess he's got all the AA buffs on that. Probably manual fire control, looking by how fast those things went down.
And he's going to be running 100 AA. There's going to be no way he's going to get through. Cruiser Sendai is kind of by himself, way out there. Haven't seen too many of the OP destroyers in a while. Cruiser Atago looking for a decent shot. He's got Frat Star, giving him a decent angle. Actually, rolling broadside could be pretty solid hit.
Do have 2 dive bombers coming for their Benson at Cap Day. It looks like they have spotted WWW, but I think he's going to be too close to the fleet to get dropped in a second.
And he's only got the dive bombers rolling there.
Oh, he's got to be within the exif now. Let's see if he still goes for that drop.
Frat starts taking some decent damage. OP's putting a pretty solid move on B cap right now. They're down 2 caps to 1. Well, soon to be 2 caps to 1. WWE was able to cap A cap. B still completely uncontended. It's kind of that demilitarized zone. MF Jones still staying behind that little rock, protecting himself. Not sure if he has either the vision from
North Carolina, Los Angeles is not looking so good.
He is posted up there
by himself, and he is taking a lot of damage.
Let's go to Cruiser Los Angeles really quick. Down to about half health, getting around there.
Lord of Face is just... Oh man, he's rocking him with the HE.
Bratstar also down to about 19k though.
They're gonna lose him for nothing because it looks like their push, if that is a push, is not going anywhere.
Right now I'm watching Fratstar's health pool at 17k and going down. I don't know if he's on fire, has a repair. Lord of Face staying right about 9k, not too much, keeping him spotted. I don't think Cruiser Los Angeles has a repair, and it's barely making it over that hill, which is...
Fratstar has repair here. It looks like he's going to lick his wounds, but he's pretty banged up.
Yeah, and Cruiser Euro is pretty far back, not able to get it, and I doubt he's in the range of the Atago.
Yeah, looking at the tally here, it looks like all the DDs and Cruisers are up, but Fratstar's pretty beat up on OP's side, and then Sendai and that... North Cal are both half healthish, although it looks like Sendai is healing.
Sendai's gonna be able to heal.
He'll have quite a bit of health.
Now, really, we've only been able to see WWW and Lord of Face. I haven't seen Hellish Yoda in a while, so I don't know if he's going for that hero play. If he was going all the way around A, he wasn't spotted with the dive bombers, and so kind of interesting to see. He may be actually capped B, which is pretty huge. And I'm so surprised that he was going for oh, WWA pushed hard into B. This is kind of interesting. I want to go to Sendai. Let's go to Cruiser Sendai really quick. Still with the
Take a look at
Turpits.
Los Angeles. He's still getting shelled by Lord of Face here.
And we have some torpedoes as well. Yeah, I think his AA is going to be so low. And the lone torpedo. Cruiser Sendai takes a huge hit right now.
If he could get a single flood on that Cruiser Los Angeles in his Carolina, I mean, this could be huge. They, you know, for almost no effort, they've taken out of North Carolina.
And this is where their more offensive destroyer is going to be able to kind of take over, because if a big battleship, especially like a Tirpitz, the Tirpitz it's a fat battleship. It's very easy to light on fire. It's very easy to keep it on fire, and without a repair, these destroyers, I didn't see any of them with more life, so they kept the same. I'm assuming demolition experts. They still aren't firing at them, so they aren't obviously AFT, or else we'd still keep shots up.
With this kind of defensive play, though, it makes sense. You know, all their DDs are very close to their fleet. You know, I don't foresee them getting into any dogfights anytime soon.
One thing to just note is actually Benson or Destroyer Taylor is going to be capping A over there really quick. Cruiser Sendai at about 22,000 life, still getting shot at. Cruiser Los Angeles 14k. General Dort almost 100%. Akak almost 100%. Chris almost 100%. The only one that's even less than half is going to be Fratstar. Fratstar took some pretty big hits, but he's fine at 25k. You know, it's going to take a double Citadel or something like that to take him down. Destroyer Taylor is going to be able to get that cap on A, which is going to push them up. It seems like OP is a little bit more, let's just beat them up and get caps a little bit later. It seems like the Kantai girls are pushing a little bit more cap heavy and get the points.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what Kantai's trying to do now. Maybe you can see better on your side, but it looks like their battleships are backing off, and you know they've taken some damage. The OP ships here, Fratstar's taking damage, but other than that, they're good to go, and they got a nice gun line set up.
Now, Destroyer Taylor, I didn't see them last game, so I didn't know if they're, but it looks like they're maybe going to more offensive, as well. He's only rocking 15.4, so he doesn't have the survivability expert, or the survivability. But we could be seeing some shots in from WWW as well as MF Jones, because the carrier's going to keep him spotted the entire time. Destroyer Taylor did a good job capping, and it looks like it's actually almost mirrored. And from our side, Destroyer Taylor takes it. He's just dodging some stuff, trying to stay alive. DNG's trying to get a strike on him if he can. With only being a fighter, he only has so much to do. So, and he's got to be careful because he's going to run out of torp bombers. But MF Jones is probably going to be contending A as well with WWW. Going to be contending A. They'll take that 2 cap back. So Kantai is going to cap as many points as they can while they can, but we're still waiting for that first kill, that first blood that isn't us.
All the DDs are up, so it'll be interesting if we just see the two of them fighting back and forth over that A cap. Because looks like the cruiser MF Jones is headed that way. I don't think any of the Kantai battleships have a good shot on him. Really unfortunate because he is off.
He's all by himself. He does have a small destroyer escort with WWW. Destroyer Taylor's gonna be able to get away from all of that. Fratstar's got to be careful though. Fratstar's giving a beautiful broadside to both Cruiser Los Angeles and Cruiser Otago. We're it's almost, we've run into kind of a turtling match right here. That both teams are kind of sitting back, obviously, but I think the Kantai girls are a bit more covered. You know, all these OP big battleships, now Dort and now at half-life, these big battleships are going to have to go broadside to these guys. Shots are in on Fratstar. General Dort also going broadside to about 11k from Cruiser.
Like ACAC, Fratstar, it looks like we're seeing a play by OP. This is really interesting. They are down about 200 cap points. They're going to get another cap point back, but you know, they can't afford to keep sitting here unless they're going to get some kills soon.
One thing that is going on right now, Lord of Face on top of C-Cap is getting picked on by a little carrier right now, sitting about 12,000, 13,000 life. He's going to need to get two torpedo hits, which isn't too surprising. But another thing is DNG has not really moved.
Oh, he just ran into their Otago though, cruiser. Excuse me, destroyer Haida. If he pops Lord of Face here, that could be huge.
Lord of Face is going to be about 10k life, waiting for that torp drop. He's keeping him spotted, which is absolutely needed. You know, if he keeps him spotted, a Kutuzov or an Otago can absolutely murder him. One thing that I think he got unlucky on is DNG was spotted, and if that destroyer wasn't there, he could have put some solid shots into him, kept him on fire, limited the amount of planes coming out. Man, one guy I got to look at is Destroyer Taylor right now. He is just going to get so picked on. He's spotted by planes. He's getting completely surrounded, and looks like OP is making that 4-line push right now.
I would watch their battleships right now. It looks like Kantai's battleships are pretty balled up, so you know, OP could get a chance for some good broadsides here.
Destroyer Taylor,
good damage while they're all, you know,
all the way out on the 1 line, all by himself. The only way to get back is to go through a minefield that is Hellas Shota and WWW. He's looking pretty tough, and 100% going to be spotted the entire time, as well as we know as MF Jones is sitting on A.
Coming.
So if I was Taylor, I would probably just book it, get out. He's keeping the vision. He's got the vision on the big ships. WWW taking a solid hit from these guys. But the thing is, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that Fratstar is actually making this push with him being one of the lowest health battleships. I'm surprised they didn't let ACAC go first. Maybe
no, ACAC.
Oh, big hit on Fratstar.
He's gonna die here. He's gonna die here for that mistake. Yep.
Down goes. I would have not sent one of my lowest health guys.
And let that North Cow go around that corner.
General Dort gets right back though with Cruiser Sendai. So kind of a trade 1 for 1. But if you look at the score, it's 860 to 630, and Kantai girls are kind of.
Samagi and ACAC are right out there, and General Dort is too far away.
WWW is taking huge hits from cruisers right now, about 3,600 damage, or 3,600 life left. Lord of Face, I say down goes WWW. Huge. Are we gonna see OP drop their first game against the Kantai girls? Lord of Face going down. Huge hits on him.
Lord of Face.
Destroyer Haida goes down. But one thing we aren't really paying attention to is Destroyer Taylor is going to sneak right back in, be completely behind him, and be able to take A as well. So they're kind of trading kills, which is okay. OP is making the push, and these guys are kind of turtled in, but they don't have any real cover. You know, they're running out of cover right now. Destroyer Taylor going to be able to take A cap.
This could be interesting. It looks like General Dort's about to come in, so they're going to have all 3 of those OP battleships in play versus the
Torps are in from Destroyer Taylor, sub 8 kilometers away.
100 points left.
Sub 8 kilometers away. MF Jones at 7 kilometers. General Dort at 8.4 now. Torps are in. If I was him, I would start just pumping out damage on MF Jones, get him lit on fire if possible. I don't know how those guys are doing life-wise.
Kantai can focus their fire and that, you know, heck, if they kill Lord of Face right now, they could win this. 70 points plus the DD plus a little bit of cap.
One solid face on Lord of Face is going to kill him. Less than 3,000 life. One, I mean, this is the double cruiser.
Too, though.
And now they have a triple cap. They're going to need to get Los Angeles
they're not
down.
in a good place compared to that OP battleship line. They got him kind of crunched up.
Lord of Face down to 1900 life or so. One more salvo and he's going to basically go down.
Look at this. We got a North Carolina chicken game going on.
Shots are in. Down goes Cruiser. Cruiser Yura goes down.
The,
that's actually pretty huge.
For the Ram.
Ram for the win. It won't get him the win.
He's going for it.
I mean, it's a perfect trade. 99,000 life for
he's
4th.
Gonna make it, though.
Oh, we got big hits on him though.
Oh, we got Citadels on him now.
Cruiser Tago gonna put in a shot. Can he get it? Oh, Cruiser Tago must have.
LA is going down. That's gonna buy OP some time. Yep, they're up to 900 points.
Oh, down goes Lord of Face. Lord of Face, good hit, whoever that was. Cruiser Yura must have been. Cruiser Yura's down, isn't he? Cruiser Tago completely broadside
This is not
though.
a good spot for Kantai, actually.
Oh, MF Jones, 3,000 life left.
A friendly torp here. Nope. If that carrier can finish the one off, this is game. Kantai. Actually,
Shots in on MF Jones.
This is game. This is game. There's no way they can back from this.
He's there.
They gotta kill this beat.
Dort has a shot in on a Tago right now. Could put him a. Akek's not gonna be able to get a shot in.
I don't think he is even.
990. Man. Oh, there you go. There's at least a reset. That's a big hit. That's a big hit. 990, maybe 994. But I still.
60 points to go.
I still don't think. I mean,
isn't looking good.
if I'm Kantai right now, I just run. I scatter. I don't do anything else but hit the W key either straight north.
They've got 3 DDs and a carrier left.
And Akek is also burning down. If I'm them, Akek goes down right here. 3,800, 3,000, 2,200.
Fire, 2,000
There's
life.
no way. One more tick. 2 more ticks and he's dead. 700.
He's repairing.
All right, there we go. And there we go. GG. Man.
Wow, 2-0 for Kantai.
The sweep. That game, I think, was much closer than the first game. I think the first game was pretty solid. OP had a couple chances to get those kills and get some resets, but I think Kantai kind of takes it over and runs that first game. This last game, Caps won him the game. Cruiser Taylor,
take a look.
huge.
3 things left right there. Destroyers and the carrier.
Exactly.
Those DDs won the game. Those BBs did a good job of getting a couple kills and a lot of damage out there. But they let themselves get balled up, and those carriers, excuse me, the destroyers and keeping those cap points, that won the game. Absolutely.
Now, multiple games we've seen now with Carrier Hugh not quite performing. I wish we could see damage. No kills or anything like that. But I mean, we only got a couple kills from the Kantai collection, and I don't know how many. This is a little different without showing like total, I guess, points. So it's a little different. But oh yeah, so I guess maybe he did cap some more. Oh, he got C&D cap actually. That was really big with him getting those caps. But I think Cruiser Taylor, Destroyer Taylor.
That Benson couldn't have done that though better, because from watching OP, I didn't see him take any big Fubuki hits. You know, I think a Benson would have been able to get those caps better and be a little bit more aggressive than that Fubuki was, because he just wasn't able to find any good spots to get multiple hits on the fleet there, you know?
Big.
Take a look at that air battle, though. Look at Destroyer Minakaze versus Danger.
And keep in mind that Danger was a fighter build. And he
Absolutely.
only shot down 14 planes compared to Minakaze's 30. I think they controlled the sky, and Minakaze didn't quite get a kill this time, but of course he's going to be able to pump up more damage. Now, Lord of Face was getting kind of picked on.
As long as he's multiplying the damage his fleet's doing, you know, it doesn't matter if he even does damage. Keep those DD spot. I mean, I think the OP DDs were spotted almost that entire game. Most of their stuff was on their side, but it was still spotted.
We didn't see Helishota too much at the start, but at the end, I feel like, you know, they had Akek was shooting down 30 planes, pretty big. Kutuzov with MF Jones 20 there. It seems actually really weird that Danger didn't quite get as many plane kills as even Destroyer Minakaze. Just looking at their kills, just 1v1, again doubled by Destroyer Minakaze, and maybe that's not really. Maybe Danger's supposed to be a scout. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But OP's first loss.
I mean, if you looked at Kutsov, 20 kills for planes. Akak in his Carolina had 33. So
Destroyer Taylor with 3.
A lot of kills there.
Destroyer Taylor went to ACAP, then kind of sat there, spotted, did a good job, didn't get killed, recapped A. At that point, I think
that was huge. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
He should have been dead there. He was totally cut off from the fleet. The carrier should have been able to keep him perma-spotted. There was nothing to keep the carrier planes off him. You know, if Danger was winning or at least neutral in the air, he should have been able to, you know, keep Taylor spotted. But you know, Taylor stayed alive, came and backcapped, and I think that extra point right there, that one, because I was thinking they'd just use him and try and hit the battleship from behind, but that A point really won that game for them.
Especially at the end when they started dropping a couple quick ships right at the end. Definitely paid off. Taylor did a really good job. He was spotted for a good amount of time with WWW and MF Jones within probably 10 kilometers. And I think at the end he had almost all his life, so that was really good.
Of the game. Can we talk about that dunk by General Dort there?
Now Cruiser Tago, they did
over the mountain for a kill.
They did a really good job, and Cruiser Tago was really doing the slowly go away, perfectly angled, and consider turning on alternate battle. Oh yeah, I can do that, Turbo. But
I would love to see the damage on those cruisers too.
Oh yeah, I wish you could see some kind of post damage where you can go in, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But Cruiser Tago had a really good. He was going from B cap to C cap, and did a really good job at defending himself. But then I forgot which battleship on the OP team. Maybe it was Chris or maybe it was Akek. One of those guys. They hit a really good shot and took out one of the cruisers, and that gave him that reset. So Atago had to make that turn, which gave all of those guys that perfect broadside that you want to see on a Magi sub 10 kilometers away. And then, of course, Cruiser Los Angeles couldn't get the ram, but he did put some sick damage into him, which ended up actually killing. Oh no, Akek didn't end up dying.
I think
it was just by points, right?
It was like 1,000 left, yeah. Yeah, because if points hadn't ticked up, he would have died there and won it for him. I think even if they were closer, one of those DDs could have just, that Fubuki could have just drove around the corner, dumped torps, and died. Even if he died, the point, you know, flip would have been worth it. Wow. OP takes its first loss. I didn't see that coming.
There we go. Underdog story right now. Underdog. That's cool though. And you know, Kantai, all they did, and I think in the end it was the right change where they went with double cruisers. Although the cruisers kind of got dunked on at the end, but they kept the fires up, they kept the damage up, and the battleships.
I think the only mistake Kantai made was it looked like that pocket right there. They were stuck in that pocket and they weren't like organized. I think if they had an organized face to, you know, when they, you know, they basically with the 3 points they forced OP to come at them. So they should have known. They should have been a little bit more ready to receive that push. They did a lot of damage. It looked like they were a little bit disorganized. Like losing those 2 cruisers wasn't, you know, ideal. They should have had time to get into cover or something.
I think
Pop
it's
smoke on the Kutsev.
I think I think Kantai wins this game hugely. There you go, boys. If they just make the rotation up above C faster. They were stuck at the bottom side of C, and if they just make that rotation, get that protection, that's game. Because then Taylor's going to be able to pinch over top, go top side of A, kill the aircraft carrier. Danger would have been dead. Actually, did Taylor? Who ended up killing Danger?
Said, the extra time let them kill off a bunch of OP ships there. They took out the DD. They had another DD almost dead. I don't know. You know, whether they decided to stay or to flip sides of the map. I think if they're just a little bit more organized, we would have seen a much more heavy-handed game.
I think
OP
if they just
lost at least 3 ships.
When
there.
OP starts to make that turn, that push down the 4 line, if especially some of the cruisers start to make that, and maybe they even get turned around and kind of faced in, I think Kantai, loses less ships and the game's over quicker. I mean, in the end, I think that they won regardless. But you know, they get up there because Otago had to make that turn, and it was so late. He was going against, you know, 3 really good battleships. I mean, broadside against Dort, I don't want to be. Broadside against Chris, I don't want to be. I don't want to be broadside against any of these guys. You know, some noob from whatever, I'm okay with because he's probably going to shoot HE. These guys know where to aim, and
nope. In a competition like this, you gotta just assume whoever's shooting at you. If you're broadside, you're gonna take Citadels.
Exactly. And
take a look at that Amagi trying to get away. General Dort with the dunk on him.
Yeah, he actually got around Akak.
Right there.
Akak was pinched off because he was so close to that one point. He was protecting himself from the side. Los Angeles had to make that line, and Dort's money. You know, he's money, especially with the Amagi. He's money from that far away, and they did it. They knocked out the cruisers. I believe both cruisers ended up dying for the Kantai, as well as cruiser Los Angeles. But when you're in that much of a lead for points, and all they have is destroyers left, and a Shokaku who has pieced the F out anyway, it's going to be hard to win. They still had Hellish Yoda, but he's only going to be able to cap something so fast. MF Jones was pretty low. He was relatively close to B cap.
Hellish Yoda was actually extremely close to going down too, though. He had a few thousand health if memory serves, right?
I think MF Jones maybe had 2,800.
He could have won the DD fight. He couldn't have won it.
Yep.
Because I think that last DD, that last Benson they had on the other side, had a good amount of health.
The MVPs of these last 2 games,
win it, but, you know,
is
DDs.
Is the Kantai's DDs. 100%. Not only did they cap better,
absolutely,
they won the fights. Hellish Yoda is the only one that survived this last game.
The carrier finished off the stuff that needed to be finished off. You know, that fight in the middle, I absolutely thought that Kantai was just going to lose that Benson. And they ended up trading that Benson for 2 Bensons. So it's a pretty darn good deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like Destroyer Minakaze outperformed Danger, so they had the Sky. And then the Destroyers on Kantai just outcapped OP. And you know, take away, you know, the destroyer versus destroyer damage, because you know the OP is going to have a lot more trouble, because if a destroyer is spotted, you know, the double cruiser is just going to punish any destroyer. I mean, these teams, their aim is right on, and
absolutely, we saw a ton of damage coming out of those OP battleships, but without the supporting lines there, you know, it's hard to win a game.